mean nothing to him. And if I had ovaries, I'd bear his children. Well, that's how I feel right now, because I'm joined by the man who designed the DB7, Ian Cullen. Now, Ian, you know Ivan the Terrible? You don't know him, but Ivan the Terrible, when his people had built the basilica in St. Petersburg, he had their eyes gouged out so that they'd never do anything better. Did anyone at Aston Martin say, Ian, we've got to have your eyes, mate, because you're never going to top this? Certainly not if you're going to work for someone else, because where are you now, Jaguar?
I'm a Jaguar now, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No, well, they wanted Vanquish first, so they looked after me for a little while.
But that's another beauty. That's an absolute beauty.
Not bad.
And do you know the really scary thing, everybody, is I've heard that we're never really going to see the like of cars like this again because of legislation. From Brussels, is this?
Not necessarily. It's also from the car industry itself. It's self-policing, much of it.
Is it?
And it's pedestrian legislation.
So what kind of things wouldn't be allowed if you did the DB7 in a few years' time? What is it that's going to change on it?
Pedestrian legislation dictates you have to have a lot of air under the bonnet, between the bonnet and the engine.
So if you run someone over, their head hits the bonnet?
And it can actually deform into the bonnet.
How much?
About 3 inches.
So you're going to need to get that bonnet...
Absolutely.
You can't just smooth it over the engine anymore.
No, we've got to lift it up above the engine. However, technology might help us there. We may be able to deploy the bonnet, but it's a very difficult thing to do.
Deploy it?
Actually deploy the bonnet, yes.
What do you mean deploy it?
It actually lifts up as a pedestrian.
You hit someone?
Yes.
That's
Very difficult to
fantastic.
do. Very difficult
almost
to
worth
do.
someone running over. I'm going to run that person over. Whoa, come on,
Very sensitive.
That is, you think that might be possible?
That may be possible, but it's not the immediate answer. There's also other legislation that's coming in, mainly from the US, for looking after unbelted occupants. That's those people who drive the car who do not wear seat belts. We must look after them, according to the law.
American law?
Absolutely.
So if they don't put us in Wilma goes, hell, I'm too fat to get this round.
A lot of people in America don't wear seat belts.
Really?
Really, absolutely.
And you've got to
we have to protect them.
So that they don't hurt themselves?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what kind of how will this change the shape of the front of that?
What happens is we calculate the trajectory of the head, and that effectively sets up a package which comes in through the front of the car here. And what it will mean in this car is that this point here has to go up and possibly forwards, which means the screen probably gets steeper because you
and
can't...
well, you'll have to move that out.
And you have to move that out as well, yes.
So that will come up... That's Postman Pat's van.
Scale van.
Yeah. You've got it going up straight to here and then along.
Well, I was probably exaggerating, but we did call it the ice cream van at work.